Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Friday edition of Prime Sports Live here on the Joy News channel with me, Owuraku Ampofo. We do start off with athletics, where Ghana's Rose Yeboah is proud to have won gold in the high jump in the ongoing Africa Seniors Athletics Championships in Mauritius. Now, the University of Cape Coast students jumped 1.79 meters to beat off competition contenders Temitope Adeshina of Nigeria and then Yvonne Robson of South Africa, though they all did 1.79 meters.
I'm very happy and gorgeous because being a champion is not easy. I was very disappointed because the weather wasn't good at all. We were having the competition in the rain, and as a matter of that, it's decreased my performance. I feel very happy, even though what I was expecting, the height I was expecting, I couldn't get it. But all the same, I'm very happy. And I'm sure my country too is happy because I wanted to make my country very proud. Oh, I'm just looking up to, get one. I'm already working on one. And I just want to be like them, and I just pray everything works well for me so that I can also join them in the US. My target is I want to train hard so that I can give a better height, I can give a better performance in the upcoming Commonwealth Games.
So congratulations to Rose Yeboah for bringing Ghana its first medal in the ongoing championships in Mauritius. But let's come back to Ghana, where Liberty of Professionals are on the brink of returning to the Ghana Premier League as they clash with Susubribi FC in the last game of the Zone 3 National Division 1 League. The Scientific Soccer lads would have to win at home and then pray that first place Kotoku Royals lose to third place Tema Youth. Joy Sports' Mishai Ikwenu was at the training grounds of Liberty Professionals.
After gaining promotion into the Ghana Premier League in only their first attempt, which happened in the 1997-98 season, Liberty Professionals grew into a club easily identifiable with the top flight. And despite never winning the ultimate even once, they glazed the Premier League in a manner of their own, churning out some of the league's poster boys who went on to become national icons. Their period in the Premier League established them as one of the most traditional, and their participation connected people in and around the Ablikuma West Municipal District to the top flight.
I think the history has been good because I think when I was a kid, I was schooling around Mount Olivet, and I keep sneaking to come and watch their matches here when Asamoah Gyan and Kojo Asamoah were here. So I think being in the Premier League was a good thing for us because it's where we show our powers and produce more players to the national team. So I think it means a lot to the club.
22 years in Ghana's top flights were cut short at the end of the 2020-21 season, when the club was sent back into Division 1. Mastering 10 wins in the 34-game season was not enough, as 10 draws and 14 defeats left the Dansoman-based side lounging in 17th place with only 40 points and a goal difference of -12. The dissension was one which was foreseen but could not be avoided as much as the Scientific Soccer lads tried.
For anybody who has followed Liberty Professionals quite closely, they will realize that in the second round of last season in the Premier League, we took a lot of short-term measures just to ensure that the club stays up. We signed quite a number of players on a short-term deal, just so the club can stay up. Then we'll take it up from there. But then, once the club was not was not able to stay up, you know, those players who are there on a short-term deal are definitely going to leave.
The race against relegation was subsequently lost. A story that had been written for a little over 22 years abruptly had its chapters closed, and many at the club were hit by shock and caught in a web of disbelief and embarrassment.
The mood was really bad after we were coming from Sogapope. It was really bad. More like it was bad for me because I'm a Dansoman boy, and coming back home because I couldn't go out the next day because I couldn't believe it that we got relegated, but it was really reality that happened. So we had to take it like that and move on and prepare very well.
Well, it was a difficult thing to take because for a club that has been in the Ghanaian top flight for well over 20 years, since 1997. It was always going to be difficult testing relegation for the first time in the club's history. So it took, management a while to come to terms with the fact that the club has been relegated to the Division 1.
No matter how much.
So we definitely have the full feature on Liberty Professionals on our social media handles at JoySportsGH on Twitter much later this evening. But just to get some perspective on how things look like in Zone 3 of the National Division 1 League, and that's how the top 3 looks like. Tema Youth, Liberty Professionals and Kotoku Royals head into the final day separated by just 3 points. Then Tema Youth would be at home against Kotoku Royals, whilst Liberty Professionals travel to face Susubribi. Well, tomorrow would be a big day because as part of Borussia Dortmund, they would be facing, African giants tomorrow at the Accra Sports Stadium. But then also as part of their visit to Ghana, their shirt sponsor for the club, Evonik, has organized a football clinic for Tema-based Stylus Football Institution. My colleague Lawrence Beidou was there and put together this report for Joy Sports.
Managing Director for Evonik Africa Limited and Evonik Peroxide Africa, Denise Aki, says their presence in Ghana as part of Borussia Dortmund's visit to the country is to empower the younger generation to help grow and continue the kind of legendary sports personalities the country has produced over the years.
We are together here with the legends in Ghana because we want to empower the young generation. We want this diversity and inclusion of young people in Ghana, and you see here the kids. The main reason for that is that in Ghana there has been legends coming from Ghana who grow up and has been very successful in football, and this is why we also chose Ghana. We want these kids to be motivated, to be engaged, and to believe that there could be legends in the future like the other ones from Ghana, and they play now with the legends, so it's a super motivation and inclusion of the young generation.
According to him, the rationale behind Evonik's leading beyond chemistry tagline is to show that the company is looking to go beyond just a chemical raw material supplier and become a company that creates a sustainable world through their products.
Leading beyond chemistry means for Evonik, we are normally a raw material supplier. We are a chemical raw material producer and supplier. But now we see that we are going beyond that, and we want to go beyond that, offering solutions and sustainability especially is very important for us. So creating a sustainable world and helping also the environment and the companies to be sustainable and to create that environment with our products. So that's leading beyond chemistry.
The operations manager for Evonik in West Africa also said the initiative is to give opportunities to young children in the society to have the exposure and build team spirit.
We actually want to give the children in our community, in the Tema West Municipal, the opportunity to train with some of the world-class coaches from Borussia Dortmund, the exposure, and to learn team spirit, bonding, competitiveness, and how to develop the team spirits within their teams, and how the sports will help them develop their career and develop them as a person as well.
Evonik are in Ghana as part of the German club's visit to Ghana, which will see their legends take on the African legends on Saturday, June 11.
Well, beautiful initiative there, but a lot of these young players who were involved in that initiative would have dreams of becoming professional footballers in future. And we do have the privilege of having one who has or is living his dream of playing professional football right here with me in the studios. Majeed Ashimeru of the Black Stars and Anderlecht joins us this evening. It's a pleasure to have you, Majeed. You're on holidays. We'll come to how your vacation in Ghana has been so far. But let's start off with your season with Anderlecht. Your first full season with the club, you had a little loan, they were impressed, they bought you in. Almost 40 games this season. How would you summarize the season?
Yeah, I would say, it's a great season because I think, in a team like Anderlecht, there's a lot of competition. So I would say it has been good because, playing 40 games for Anderlecht, it's really a huge number. So I would say it's a good season for me. And
you're able to contribute to some goals from midfield. I think you had about 5 goals and assists throughout the games. Was that close to the target that you set for yourself? Because I know you players usually set targets ahead of the season.
Yeah, it's halfway of the target I set for myself because I felt I can do more. But in football there are a lot of things that happen in the field and off the field. So I was unlucky with injuries, but yeah, I would say it was like really a halfway target.
We'll come to your injuries, but let's talk about, I wouldn't describe that as the highlights, but it was probably a crucial part in this season for you. You had a very good cup run, got to the final, but unfortunately you narrowly missed out. How did that make you feel?
No, I felt really bad because I'm a human being, and in this situation everyone feels bad. But in life we have some setbacks, so I took it as one of those because I believe in God very well. So I felt it's just God that said, yeah, it has to happen. So, but in any way, I felt bad, and I felt like I could help them more. Like I could help the team more to finish the league. So yeah.
And I think in that final, Elisha Owusu was your opponent. Did you speak to him after the game?
Yeah, I think before the game we spoke, but after the game I was really down because few days before the game, I was injured, so the team were they forced me to play because the coach said he needed me in that final game, and it was a huge game for the club because they won nine trophies, so it was really important for the team to win the 10th one, and so I felt really bad because I couldn't help the team as much as they want me to help. So yeah, but I spoke with him before the game.
And you spoke of your coach needing you to be in that final. Your coach, formerly, he's Visan Company, he's left the club. How has it been like? What's the experience working with him as a coach? Considering the fact that he was a player like you just a few years ago, does it make any difference?
Yeah, he's very demanding and he's very disciplined as well. But in all, it's really fun to be with because he has played before and he knows how footballers act. And he was just like 2 years ago playing football and now he's a coach. So there's not so much difference, but he's very demanding and very disciplined as well.
And what was your relationship like?
No, we're very cool. We speak, we laugh on the field, off the field also. Even when he left, I called him and we spoke, and yeah, I wish him all the best, and yeah.
Well, he's been heavily linked to a move to England in the Championship to Burnley, but we've also had recent reports that there's a possibility he might head to France. Whichever team that he heads to, what do you think the players can expect from Company as a coach?
They should just expect I'm a very demanding coach and very disciplined. But in all, they can be relaxed and have fun, but he's very demanding when it comes to his work. Yeah.
And let's talk more about your club season, your league, the amount of games that you played. Yeah. Unfortunately, you could have been more. You are still involved in a lot more games than you were last season when you came on loan. Yeah. You had a couple of injury issues. How did that make you feel as a player?
Yeah, as I said, it's part of our job. We can't take it out. We just have to accept it. But yeah, I felt bad at that moment, because I was really on a good run, and I felt I could do more to help the team. Although we finished second, but I felt like me being part could at least bring something to the team. But as I said, it's part of our job. We just have to pray and keep working out.
And still on Visan Company, if he used to move to England, I had this question concerning England. Yeah. You used to play with Lokonga.
Yeah.
He was your teammate. Yeah. He moved to Arsenal.
Yeah.
It hasn't been the best of seasons for him. He probably anticipated to play a lot more games and had a lot more influence. What do you think went wrong, and what should Arsenal fans expect from Lokonga?
No, as a person, when you move to a different country, you need time to adapt to so many things. And he grew up in Belgium, So him moving to Arsenal, I think it's a good move for him, but he needs time to adapt. He's a very good footballer because I played with him just 6 months, and in all, he's a very good human being. He's a very good person because even now we still talk. So I felt like he just needs time to show what he can bring in the Arsenal team. So I feel, I mean, this is his first season, so I think in the next season he will bring more to the team. And
speaking of England, is that a location that you've considered yourself potentially sometime later?
I'm not picky. I just believe in what I have to bring to the team, and if it's England, France, Germany, I'm ready to go wherever. I mean, I think it's a good step for me, you know. So I feel like, I mean, the top 5 leagues are leagues everyone wants to play. Like a boy from Africa needs to and wants to play in these top 5 leagues. So I mean, me going to England, France, it doesn't matter. I just want to make, the next step. So I feel like, yeah, I can turn my back and feel proud of myself, how far I come.
And what are your next season's plans with Anderlecht?
Again?
Next season, your plans with Anderlecht. What
are
you looking to achieve?
I think the plans is still same. I mean to aim high and to make sure it's always better than the season before. So I think we need to put in more work and just make sure I'll be even better than what I did this season.
We spoke about a year ago, or I think more.
Yeah,
2 years ago, where he spoke of your ambitions of playing for the Black Stars. There was a bit of controversy. The last call-up, last 2 call-ups actually, for the World Cup qualifiers, where you had a bit of an injury. You were not playing. The team said that you were called. You were used as the feature image. Asamoah Gyan came to your defense. First off, what exactly happened? Ghanaians are confused on that situation.
Yeah, first thing I would say is a big thanks to Asamoah Gyan, because he came out boldly to defend me, and for me I think it's one legend that everyone respects a lot. So, but yeah, I would just say I'm not really that type of controversial, you know, like controversy. So even before the call up, I spoke with the coach, and yeah, he gave me like a really we spoke very well. So. It's one of those things. I won't say I was injured or I'm not injured, but whatever it was, I felt it wasn't the right time. You know, it wasn't the right time. But yeah, it's what it is. I just believed they. If they needed me, I'll be there. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things.
But in future, are you still to the Black Stars? If you had to get a call,
I'm a full Ghanaian. I support the Black Stars. I support their decision. You know, I don't know the kind of player they want, and I'm fully Ghanaian. I will never say if I get a call from them I won't come. I really appreciate them calling me to come. And
is the World Cup in your plans?
Everyone's plan. Every footballer wants to go, and you have to earn it. You have to put in more hard work to be there. The guys over there, I think they all deserve it. Everyone is doing his own thing in his team. So I believe everyone wants to go to the World Cup, but you have to earn it. So yeah, I'll make sure I do what I can to earn it.
Quite a tricky group for the Black Stars in the World Cup. You have Portugal, Uruguay, and South Korea. How do you assess the country's chances in that group?
No, when you watch our previous World Cup, Ghana has done so much in the previous World Cup. So I've more than 100%. I'm confident that we can do great in the World Cup.
And I'll also take you back to our last interview 2 years ago. You wanted Kotoko to win the league the next season. Heart of Oak won it, but this time around, Kotoko have taken the league title back. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, because I see people saying Majeed support Kotoko. I love Kotoko, but I grew up supporting Hearts because my father is a strong Hearts of Oak fan. So, but I love both teams, you know, because they are doing so hard for the country. You see them going to the CAF and stuff like that. So. For me, it's really great to see Kotoko winning, but it will be also a great feeling to see Hearts of Oak winning too. So I just wish both teams all the best, and I'll keep supporting them.
And speaking of, what you love, one thing that I know is very dear to your heart is your foundation. Yeah. I've seen how you always want to give to children, not even just in Ghana, but also at your place at Belgium. What's the updates? Are there any updates with your foundation?
Yeah, together with my team, we do a lot of stuff, and I have really a good team, and they always advise it's not everything we have to put out there. There are so many things we do behind closed doors, and I think it's good that way, because when you bring it out, everyone thinks you're doing it because of you want people to see. We just bring what we think it's motivating. And helping the next person, so the next person can help the other way. But there are so many things we do behind the scenes, and I think these are things I love to do because I grew up not having so much, and me having a little, I think it's good to give to the next person. So when I do this, I feel I sleep very well when I do this. So I mean, it's a thing. I think it's never going to stop. It's going to continue. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be like really big foundation.
And speaking of growing up, a key part of your career will be WAFA because they contributed a lot to your development.
Yeah.
It has been a season to forget for them. They currently lie last but one in the Ghana Premier League and need to win their last two games, hoping that 11 Wonders do not pick up even a point.
Yeah.
It's a quite tricky situation. Do you still have faith in the team?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a WAFA boy. I grew up in the academy, so but you know, there's a lot of experienced players out of the academy, and when you watch, it's like, I mean, a lot of young boys that are coming up, so it's a little bit difficult for them. But I still hope and pray for them so they can stay, because it's good for the academy and for the boys. I mean, when you're out of the academy, like at 16, 17, I mean, you can play the Premier League. You need experience, but in the academy, you have this privilege to play this academy and stuff. So I just pray and hope that they can stay in the league. And there are so many people saying, it's not the same WAFA, but I mean, you can't compare our time to this time, because I mean, we played for like 5 years together, and these are new guys that don't even know each other like for more than 2 years. So I think they need time, but I just pray they can make it in the league.
All right, thank you very much, Majeed, for making time. It's always a good one speaking to you. That's Majeed Ashimeru of Anderlecht in Belgium, and we just had a very wonderful conversation, which you can find on our social media pages later tonight at Joy Sports GH across. You would also be seeing a few stories on my Joy Online /sports, as well as other trending issues. I'm sure it will be a very fantastic weekend of sport, and you can also be assured that we'll be back here on Monday to bring you a summary of all the events that happened over the weekend. My name is Owuraku Ampofo, and see you on Monday.